Hello, everyone. It is Monday, November 3rd, 2025, 10:08 in the morning, 51 degrees. And before I get started in this video, I just want to mention that it was about a week ago, it'll be a week ago tomorrow, that I did my last video where I set up a GoFundMe to reach out to my subscribers to see if anyone would be able to or willing to help me in any way that they could, or if they knew anyone that could help me try to raise $3,500 by the end of 2025 to try to get back on track with my life and my family. And since then, so in a little less than a week, I can't even believe the level of generosity that I've already seen from a handful of folks that have gone above and beyond what I could have ever expected an individual donate. And I've raised in roughly a week through the help of these great people that I've never met, never heard, never seen, around $555 as of the recording of this. And I can't even begin to thank those folks enough. And it was just a handful of folks. So, giving far more than I would have ever expected any single person to give. And it gives me hope that I will be able to meet that goal of 3,500 by the end of the year. Because through those people's generosities, it would mean that even other donors would not necessarily even have to give anywhere near that much. If everyone just gave a tiny bit, I could get there. And I just want to say thanks, unbelievably thanks for the support so far. I will have the link for the GoFundMe in this description, and for all my future video descriptions through the remainder of the year, just to make it easy for folks who, if they are looking to donate anything, or if they know anyone, it'll be easily accessible. But okay, so the other point of this video is this is the 5th tire rotation video. I actually was kind of slacking on this one. I got it done a few days ago, and I just haven't really gotten around to it. But the fronts are around 6, and the backs are around 5. So yeah, and we're expecting snow within the next week or so. Our first bit of snow. So I normally would have my all weathers put on around this time. Well, in November I usually have it done, but I don't have those because I haven't been able to afford to get them yet. So I'm really hoping that these hopefully get me through a little bit anyway, safely before I have to actually really just throw in the towel on them. But yeah, and the other thing I guess I wanted to show you is so back in August I had said that I had got um, a bunch of front suspension parts replaced, and now um, I'm experiencing a creaking noise that has is not the there was a similar noise that was coming from um, the U joint in the steering column now down near the pedals, and that was taken care of just through some lubrication. But this is not that. This is different, and I don't know what it is, but I've been trying to just, go down a rabbit hole of trying to research it myself, and I tend to think that it might be my strut top mounts, because I'm concerned that the shop that did all the work, I'm concerned that perhaps when they did this, they either tightened everything in the top mount section while it was on a lift and not with the weight of the vehicle resting on it, or maybe they did do it while it was on the ground, but they either over tightened or under tightened or didn't torque spec any of it. But I'll just show you what I mean. Okay. So it happens most when, there it goes, when I'm making right turns. And this can happen when I'm driving or when I'm stationary. That. It does happen somewhat when I do make left turns. And this has been a sort of a progression or degression, I guess, depending on how you look at it. But that was a left turn, but there really wasn't a whole lot there. There a little bit. So definitely more so with right turns, but it used to be nothing when I did left turns, but now the noise it's making now when making left turns is essentially what it was like originally with the right turns. Very faint. I'm not even sure if the left parts are actually picking up, but like right there. But that's what the right was like. But it all started around, I don't know, mid-September or so. That's a right turn, and it's just been getting worse. And so I had another place just recently take 2 hours to look at it, and they were telling me that they couldn't locate the noise. They took 2 hours to try to do that, and they said I should bring it to a dealership or a place that has something called channel ears that they could use, which I guess is essentially like kind of like a stethoscope for a car. It's just something that can help pinpoint where the sound is originating from. But I don't understand why it took them 2 hours of labor to determine that they couldn't determine. Um, was not too happy with that. Um, and they were going to charge me $340 to tell me that they had no idea what it is. And I got that all worked out. I got them to bring it down to practically nothing, because I kind of just made a bit of a stink about that because I was not happy. Um, and so, um, but yeah, that's what's happening. And obviously, I don't really have the money for anyone to really look at it right now. But I can tell you that other than the noise itself, and so I can show you actually right now while I'm parked. So that's just right turns. Yeah. It just does it stationary or driving, and um, I've discovered that it will cause binding in the steering wheel. And by that I mean, so if I'm going around like a really um, consistent curve, maybe like going onto the highway, like on a curved ramp or things like that, it will not recenter itself. In fact, it won't move at all from the position that it like the steering wheel has curved into, and I have to like forcefully, not with any, I shouldn't say forcefully, manually, because I don't have to, really apply a lot of force to turn it, but it does seem to bind. And so I have read that the strut top mounts can definitely do that um, if they're improperly installed. Um, and so I and I had even told the place that took the 2 hours, I said, focus on that because I think that that's probably what it was. And in the end, even though they said they couldn't really determine it, they said, yeah, it very well might be that, but we just didn't bother to actually check them. To which I was like, well, what did you do with the 2 hours that you had it? But I don't know. Anyway, so if anyone has any thoughts, that'd be greatly appreciated. Um, I mean, other than that, it seems fine. There are occasional moments where if I go over bumps, it seems almost like the circumstances have to be just right for this to happen. But I will feel sort of um, like a there's sort of like a little bunk kind of noise that occurs in the same area that I'm hearing all the creaking. And again, I wonder if it's the mounts that they're not properly seated, and so therefore it's like starting to sort of just bounce like as it goes over things occasionally. But yeah, that that's where I'm at right now. And yeah, I um I'll be passing that 450,000 mile mark here very very shortly. Um and I'll I'll get that video done when that happens. I'll try to do it on the day that it happens. But I also want to like be able to compile and collect all the stuff that I've had done between 400 and 450, so I can just go over all that boring stuff. But yeah, so I guess that's it, and um, I guess I'll just end it with once again just saying how unbelievably thankful I am thus far of what y'all have been able to send my way. Um, every Every dollar helps. And so I'm I'm eternally grateful. Um, and I guess I should probably get back to work.